Can I request Nidhi to say a few words?
We've worked on lakes before, we worked with schools before, but this is such a perfect culmination of everything because you're looking at the environment, you're benefiting children. So it's just the perfect project to bring all of these priorities together. And a big thank you for making this possible to the NASCOM team and also the team on ground, and I hope the teachers and the students really benefit from it, and thank you for all your expertise that you brought. It was really fascinating listening to the science behind it, and would love to share more of this because our companies are full of techies, so they should all know what goes behind.
When we started this initiative in 2019, the idea was what we can do for the society. And I'm very happy today to see this is coming to real life now. When we started this initiative, 3 people, those who started this journey with me, I am maybe the front face, but these are the people, those who are at the back end.
Fargo Foundation is working on these sort of projects from 2012. First of all, I wish to thank GCC for choosing us for implementation of this project.
I feel you should be very thankful to the GCC for making a RWH Fargo for this particular project. They've taken a lot of pains for this and a lot of planning and a lot of implementation also. They've taken a lot of pain. You should be very thankful to them and you should maintain it properly for the future also. And we are very happy that one of the projects which was given by you, we took photographs. I think we should have shown it here. In the first rain, it has all the tanks of what happened 1 week back. So the same thing I think will happen here also. Please make use of it.
So first of all, let me start with thanking NASCOM. I mean, this is a great initiative. Not only, I was telling someone that this initiative has impacted multi-level. And again, I would really like to thank the Fargo Foundation. They have, they differentiate themselves from rest of the crowd in going into the details, paying attention to the details, right? When I started talking about hourly rainfall, minute rainfall, I mean, somebody should really understand what we are talking about and why we have to do everything. There are engineering principles that you can take it to any extent. So in nutshell, just talking about this project, right? I'll talk about the impacts on micro level and macro level. See, at a micro level, I was myself surprised when we went to one of the schools where they said they delay the lunch breaks for hour or two, waiting for the BBMP truck for the 800 kids to have their meals. I mean, this was the situation. This is the kind of impact that this project is bringing in. Number one, and then there are schools where there were no connections to the toilets. They didn't have running water. We made sure that it has running water. I mean, in 21st century, we shouldn't really get waterborne diseases, right? I mean, the hygiene, it starts right there. So we have addressed that. So it is really touching every kid, every school that we are touching. It is touching all the kids. They're daily important, and 40-year-old CPHM manual that we follow engineers in India is like it says 40, 50 LPC is a day model, right? And the amount of water that we are getting is far less. In some cases, school gets a annual, I mean, maybe after the numbers, but something like 12,000 or 10,000 rupees for all their requirement for year, and each tanker of water, can vary anywhere from 300 rupees to 1,000 rupees. So to imagine the impact that this project is bringing in, these numbers, should really speak a lot. And then speaking to the macro level, right? I mean, what we are doing is not just for school. We have a 3-level of intervention, like, what surprised me, I mean, we do mathematical model, that's what I do for living, that's what my expertise is. So we build all these models, right? Computer tells, so many liters, this, that, and all that, we look at, we implement all these things. But in February, the rains are very unusual. This happened last week's rain that Bhaskar mentioned was, because of a depression in Bay of Bengal, very unusual. February is the only month, January, February are the months where we don't get any rains. Otherwise, Bangalore is blessed. I mean, from March till November, we get one rainfall every 3rd day or 4th day. So considering this, this 20 mm or whatever that we got was such a minor amount in terms of 850 mm that we get annually. All the tanks were filled. So this is the level of impact that we are seeing. I mean, we are talking about 10,000, 15,000 liters capacity tanks, and this can last for 3-4 days. And going further, in Bangalore between March and November, you get one rainfall every third day or fourth day. So this project makes sure that at least for the 6 months, you have enough water on campus. So this is a huge impact, right? And why it is a huge impact? Now we can think about it. This 6 months, if it's done every household, every rooftop, every school, every government building in Bangalore, why it is, there's some statistics I'll throw, very major ones. In this part of town where we are standing, there is groundwater level is less, it has gone below some places 1200, 1800 feet below ground level. And what it follows is the subsidence and all that. We don't want to go the catastrophic scenarios. But if we start taking groundwater without any accountability, the disaster can strike us without any notice. So that is why this at a macro level also this is a huge impact. So in this project, we are not using any of the thumb rules that is standard followed by majority of the places. We coming to the school, we understand the impervious area, we provide 3 levels of intervention. First is, as I said, for 6 months we build the sumps, we make sure that it is sized properly, and for that we use KSNMDC 5-minute rainfall data. So these are some of the important things that we bring to the table here, that specialization. So we make sure that we understand what is the capacity of the students and requirement, and accordingly we size all these things so we don't spend extra money on just the concrete. It's of no use. And then the entire system is automated. Now you have the rainfall, the tank fills, and there is an automated way of sending all the overhead tanks are filled, and all of this happens without any intervention. No human being is asked to release a valve during the rainfall or close it. None of that. So we are just going that extra mile, but very important that you say very water, drop of water. And then once that intervention is done, then if there is a borewell, we recharge the borewell. You saw that, such a small rainfall, the tanks were filled and the excess water goes to the borewell, right? This is how we charge the aquifer. And the third intervention is, if surprisingly you will have some places you will have even more water. Like after your first level of intervention, second level of intervention, you will still have more water. At that point, we build soap pits and we'll take it to the unsaturated zone or whatever that's infiltration that way. So this is a very well thought out program. If it's implemented in multiple locations, it has potential over the years, over many monsoon cycles, to bring up the groundwater level at a regional level. So just these are the very few at a very high level that the kind of impact this project has. So again, I really thank NASCOM and the Ford Foundation for taking this initiative and actually getting implemented. There are a lot of initiatives that are always taken, but what gets implemented and when we get to see the impact, that's where we can see that project is on its on right track. So with that, thank you very much. Thank you.
So rainwater harvesting, always we used to keep the project in front of my students. I in Eco Club, we used to show, here is the water, it comes from the clouds. We have to filter it and use. So today we are in that stage, we understood what are the procedures should be taken up for filtration to make the water we use. I think I can explain better now what is the rainwater harvesting, how can we use in our school premises. So still the students don't know what is going on. Now my next step is to explain these are the procedures, what I saw. So how we can reuse the water. Okay. So I am very much thankful to see I am one of the part of this program. I thank one and all to giving me such a great gift for our school, because the great resource, it's a great gift. The other thing, books, these and all we can use and throw off, but this will be continuously reusing. This is a great thing, sir. I thank you.
Hi, my name is Nidhi Pratapneni. I'm from Wells Fargo, and representing Wells Fargo, I would like to say that we are really privileged to be a part of this project. It was started by NASSCOM, and there are a group of companies that have come together to sponsor these rain harvesting projects across several schools in Bangalore. And today we inaugurated the one here in the girls' school in Sarjapura, and really impressed to see all the science that has gone behind it to provide for water in these schools, which face a lot of troubles and delays on account of their dependencies for water. And I hope that this is the beginning of many more such projects to come. A tremendous thank you to all of those involved in NASSCOM who have made this possible, and also to CWD for the expertise that they have brought in bringing this project.